I'm here at Xiaomi's booth to see some of my most exciting products of the show. This is All Things Mobile. Let's go take a look. So we're actually going to start off with an amazing smartphone that Xiaomi has made in collaboration with Leica. It is the Leica Leitz Phone. As you can see, it's got the iconic Leica red dot logo. It's got a really powerful camera setup with this large main image sensor that uses this fancy new low-fit technology for better HDR. And it's even got this physical control wheel that when you turn it, it actually changes the settings. Now, I am a Leica shooter myself, and I've spent several weeks taking photos with this phone, and I can tell you that it is incredibly impressive. I actually think it is the best camera phone I have ever used. However, if you're not really that bothered about having all that Leica branding, then you can also get the base Xiaomi 17 Ultra, which doesn't have the control ring, but it's just a little bit more toned down. This is the black version, which looks frankly a little bit boring. If you want something more exciting, then we can take a look at this model, which has this shiny green effect going on, which I think looks really, really cool, and certainly the one that I would want to have if I didn't have the Leica one. Let's keep on going because there's some other interesting phones that the company has, including the Xiaomi 17 Pro and Pro Max, which, as you can see, has this amazing rear screen on the back. It's a really cool idea, but this phone is only going to be available in China. Well, it already is available in China, and the company hasn't said if they're going to bring it out elsewhere. Things that they will have elsewhere include their tablets. Now, this is the Xiaomi Pad 8 Pro. It's a nice compact size. As you can see, this one's got a nice matte finish on its screen, which is amazing for cancelling out reflections, especially under so many lights like this. And of course, we've got a stylus and the keyboard case as well. Some other things that you might not be aware that Xiaomi does is all of this home tech. This company has fingers in many pies. We've got blenders, we've got air fryers, and we've got this absolutely enormous air conditioning unit. I'm 6'2". This thing is, yeah, probably a little bit bigger than I am. But if you want an absolute chill going through your house, then this is probably the thing that you need to get. If you can actually fit it in your home, of course. But I'm going to end on something incredibly exciting. Xiaomi has done EVs for a few years now, but this one is especially exciting because this is the company's Vision GT, which is a concept hypercar that's actually made for the Gran Turismo game on PlayStation 5, but they've made a physical version of it here. You can see it's incredibly low, incredibly sleek, got some amazing curves going on, it's packed with LED lights. The wheels, the hubs on the outside don't actually turn when it drives. That's supposed to help with drag and efficiency and all the stuff they want for super speedy racing. Unfortunately, this is not an actually working car that we can take on the track and test it out. Not that they'd let me even if it was, and they have not said how much it would ever likely cost if it went on sale, which it probably won't. So that's basically the most exciting thing that I have seen on the booth today. And that brings me to an end of this tour. This has been Mobile World Congress 2026 and CNET All Things Mobile.